So next question, it says, do you think streaming services have helped or hurt the music industry? Now, me personally, once again, since I'm an artist, um, I have a little bit more of insight onto how streaming has affected this industry as a whole. So I believe everything has pros and cons, and in streaming's defense, I feel like there are more pros than cons. So there are more pros than cons, but the cons are bigger than the pros, if that makes sense. So, for example, streaming, it gives consumers access to this vast library of music that they otherwise never had before through legal means. So by allowing these customers to pay a relatively small price for this service, they're able to access different artists' musics who otherwise they probably never would have bought in the store. And it allows people to reach a bigger fan base because now they're able to promote their music and have these ad campaigns run on these services. So once again, people who otherwise would have never went into a store and bought their music, they can get a chance to listen to the music for free. Well, not for free, but for a small fee, and then they could potentially become a fan. So giving customers that access is definitely a plus for streaming. Also, the way that streaming does their sales calculations is, from my understanding, I could be wrong. Once again, correct me in the comments if I am in the comments. If for every 1,500 streams equals one album sale. So essentially, as long as that service is active and as long as people keep, listening to a particular piece of music, eventually everybody is gonna go, gold or platinum. With streaming, you see a lot of artists that came out 20 or 30 years ago. They're starting to finally get, gold plaques or platinum plaques, all because you have these people who are listening to their music constantly, decades later, and they're racking up those sales numbers, which is boosting their certification. So those things like that are definitely helpful for the music industry. But at the same token, streaming definitely has the cons, and definitely hurts the industry in other ways. For instance, the amount of money that artists get from streaming is a hot topic that's been talked about since the emergence of streaming, and it's definitely gonna take a lot of revamping and a lot of negotiations to get it to where it needs to be, I feel. But especially for the smaller artists, I feel like smaller artists right now, they're content with the way streaming is. You mainly see it with the bigger artists like Drake or Taylor Swift or whoever. They definitely bring a lot of customers to these services, and the fact that they aren't getting paid a fair amount, it definitely can lead to some bad business and bad feelings towards these services. And another thing I don't like about streaming now is that it's easy to manipulate the music now. Like, it's cool, I guess, but I don't like that we live in an era where somebody can put out a song and then they can decide, well, I don't want this song out anymore, so let's take it down. Like, I don't like that. I feel like we should have it where if a song is out, it's out, good or bad. So you definitely want to stand on business with that. And I don't like how we live in an era where you can change words or change something in the song live. Like, to me, that's just, I feel like you're in a way you're changing history. Like, it's, if I put out a song and I say something that, somebody doesn't like, or whatever like that, I mean, I shouldn't be allowed to go in, change a couple of words, and put the song back out like nothing ever happened. You know what I mean? I feel, if there's something in the song that, isn't good, that should be addressed before the song comes out. Once the song is out, just let it do what it's gonna do. But I mean, once again, it's cool that we have that ability. But I feel like, me as a fan, I feel cheated, because if there's a part of the song that I like and that artist feels like they don't like it, they can just take it away and there's nothing I can do. Or if there's a song on the album that I really like and the artist decides, well, I don't want this song out anymore, let's take it away. Like, to me, once again, that's cheating the fans. That's why, once again, I'm a big advocate for owning physical media, because if I buy a CD, you can't change what's on that CD. If I buy a vinyl, that's it. I want it raw. I don't want it, however you give it to me, that's how I want it. Don't take it back now. Like, it's mine, but that's just how I feel. So, streaming, once again, there are pros and cons, and it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of negotiations, once again, to get it to where I feel like everybody will benefit.